So, I'm Dan. I'm going to be talking very, very, very briefly about humanity's long history of inbreeding, in particular in royal families. Which is that, like everyone, ultimately in royal families, it's about consolidating bloodlines and assets. So, what do? Well, when you decide that you have, like, a divine right to rule, you go, well, the gods fucked their siblings, so you know what I should do? I should definitely fuck my siblings, too. So, beginning a whole series of incest, but ultimately that does leave you a few genes short of filling out a whole human being, as each successive generation of inbreeding increases the likelihood of lining up with a double set of recessive genes, which basically catastrophically hampers your ability to function as what we would consider a normal human being. So this isn't exactly something that we typically think about, I guess, with like Middle Ages Europe. I think is probably where most of us run to mentally when we start talking about royal inbreeding. But really it has a really long history dating back to basically any form of monarchy, including ancient Egypt, with the pharaohs having not just a tendency, but being actively encouraged to foster children with their sisters and siblings in order to continue and propagate generations down the line. So in particular, I guess, would be Amenhotep, which he probably takes the Gold Star Award for being the byproduct of 3, not 1, not 2, but 3 generations of brother-sibling relationships.
Oh, no.
So, like, that's really a testament, though, to the fact that we don't remember him as being, like, a complete idiot and crippled. Instead being like, yeah, he was an emperor, tried to reform Egypt. Oh, by the way. But, the most famous offspring of sibling love would be King Tutankhamun, who was born, we are fairly certain, his mother and father being siblings. And this ultimately led to him actually having a huge variety of genetic disorders, in particular his cleft foot, or his cleft palate, clubfoot, feminine hips, and his
which is
huge...
kind of sexist.
Oh no! If you've seen the digital reconstructions, he's got...
No?
Oh.
Why didn't you include them?
Wow. I'll be honest, their DPI was really low. I believe the hips were kicking. But that was part of the reason why probably his falling from a chariot at a young age ended up resulting in his death, is that he just wasn't that healthy to begin with. Meanwhile, in Europe, though, we were engaging in a whole entire way. But mostly Europe did a good job of avoiding people marrying their direct siblings. But first cousins, nephews, uncles, those, yeah, oh, Jesus. Or all those were fair game. So I think really we're just going to focus on one little example, which would be the Spanish Habsburg family.
Oh, God.
Which tree is a little bit generous. So this encompasses 39. This is 39 years of the family. So they're basically, by the time you get down all the way down there to Charles II, he was sharing like hardly any genetic code outside the family. Arguably 25% of his genome was 100% identical.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Which does not set you up for success. So I'd like everyone to remember that these coordinators are being paid by the royal family in order to make them look good. So this is the most flattering bending of the truth that could possibly be achieved. But ultimately, essentially, like 6 generations of vaguely related inbreeding ultimately resulted in our dear friend here, Charles II, who didn't start talking until he was 4, didn't walk until he was 8, suffered.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Oh yeah. he was seriously mentally handicapped. Look at that prodigious chin. So he had water in his skull, deformed spine, although we're not really sure if that was scoliosis or not. And ultimately, the kicker, thankfully, that brought this whole entire heinous mockery of like a family tree to an end, he was impotent. So this is where it ends up. Like, that's it, show's over, time to shut it down. So thankfully, nature ran its course at some point. But, so this is what happens when you think you're above normal people and that you're on par with the gods. This is where it ends up. All right, everyone, have a nice evening.